guys, how are we doing? We're freshman forward like Rossi, Ohio University. Talk to you today about the tight turn. Video analysis with Dr. Allison.
30 seconds, Ohio is going to push. Hopefully, one more time. Evangelista comes across the blue line, pumps the brakes, gives it to Houston in the middle. Houston fires a shot, gets tipped. That's a goal, 4-0 Bobcats.
We're going to go through all 5 phases of the movement today. Okay, the first phase we're going to do is a glide approach. Okay, so you're going to have the glide approach, entry phase, transition phase, exit phase, and stride phase. Complete the whole movement. It's important to note, okay, Rossi's a right-handed player. We're going to do a tight turn to the right. Okay, so some of the critical features of the skill, right, are going to be a little bit different if he's going to the left or if it's a left-handed player. So glide approach here, right, you're preparing for the entry to the movement. So what you're going to see is okay, he's skating into the movement here, right? He's going to have some slight knee bend, inside edges. You do that if you want. There you go, yeah. Okay, all the way through the movement, what you're going to want to see is his stick out in front, okay? His eyes and his head are up. So if his stick's up in the air like this, his head's down, looking at his feet, right? That's not good. You don't know where you're going, right? Your stick's not in a position to catch a pass. So I want to make sure the stick's out in front. Head and eyes are up, okay? Shoulders are nice and square, chest is up, okay? And that's going to lead you into the next movement, or the next phase of the movement. That's going to be the entry phase. Movement here, entry phase, right? So visualize, you just skate it up. Okay, his tight turn is going to happen around this cone. Okay, Rossi just skated up, preparing to go into the movement, right? So here's where you're going to see him starting to lean on his outside edge, the inside foot. Okay, a little bit extra knee bend in the last phase in his inside leg. Okay, a little bit more hip flexion. This outside leg here on the outside, okay, that's still going to be on the inside edge. The stick's still out front, head and eyes are up, okay, shoulders are still square, chest is still up. Same type of things going on there. So now we're in the transition phase. Went through the glide, went through the approach. Okay, this is basically where we're actually executing the turn. We're starting to head the opposite way, right? The whole purpose of a tight turn, okay, it's transitional skating, right? Trying to get away from some defenders, create some space for ourselves. Tight turn, obviously, we're either going the opposite way, yeah, or we're going to do, a series of tight turns where we're going to be creating space, right? Giving ourselves an opportunity. So here in transition phase, still on the outside edge of the inside foot, knee bend, hip flexion, okay? Inside edge of the outside foot, proper knee bend. You want to see it's a little difficult because he's standing still, but you're actually going to see that outside leg a little bit more extended out, and you're going to be tight on this inside leg. Okay, a lot of your force, your weight distribution is on that leg, so you can get a proper cut. The one thing you'll see in the video as well, Rossi likes to dip his shoulder, right? So when he comes in here, he comes in tight around the turn, he likes to dip his shoulder. You actually don't want to do that, right? Because you're going to put too much weight distribution toward that inside leg. Okay, it's going to put all that force on the inside leg, not be able to use some weight distribution on that outside leg, actually take away some of your momentum, your speed going the opposite way. Phase here, again, a little funky because he's standing still, but what you're going to see here, right, he just came out of this turn. Started here, glide, approach, transition. Now he's starting to come out of the turn, right? His right inside edge is still on the inside. He just committed a crossover with his outside leg. So he's toeing off this back leg here, okay? All of his weight being pushed into that toe. Leg is extended out now rather than some flexion, so less knee bend on the inside. He's still got a lot of knee bend now in his outside leg, okay? That's gonna where his stride, his next movement is gonna come from his stride right here. So as you see, toe off, okay, chest is still up, stick is still out in front, head and eyes are up, okay, he's ready to go up ice the other way. Stride phase now, last phase of the movement. He already went through the glide, entry, approach, exit. So he just did a crossover with his outside leg, okay, right inside leg in this case, did a toe off, right? As we said in the last clip, his outside leg is now the stride. That's where all of his force, all of his speed is coming from. So that leg extends out during the stride, okay? Some knee bend here in the right inside leg. Chest, eyes still up. The usual stick out in front. He's ready to make a good hockey play. We're going through some critical cues that you can use, going through the movements, right? So again, you have the glide approach, right? The entry phase, transition phase, the exit phase, and the stride phase. Okay, all the way through those, right? You're gonna have your head and your eyes up. That's pretty easy, right? Know where you're going. Sticks out in front of you. Okay, have a good hockey stick position. Be ready to, make a play, catch a pass, stuff like that. Going through the glide approach, you don't want to sit too low. That's one thing you can say, right? If you have too much hip flexion and knee flexion, right? You're not going to be able to actually get on your edges and create some good pushes, stuff like that. So you don't want to have too much knee flexion. You don't want to sit too low. Skates are on your inside edges, right? Mind to muscle connection, right? Know what you need to be doing. Second phase, entry phase, right? Some of the same things, head and eyes, stick. That goes all the way through. You're gonna start to use your peripheral vision, so you're gonna use the outside of your eyes. Start to turn your head a little bit, see where you're going. Inside leg, right? You're getting on that outside edge, like we talked about. Same thing, mind and muscle connection. Your right leg is gonna lead, right? So if you want to go to the right, pretty simple to understand that you want to use your right leg first. Using your stick out in front of you, another cue they can use is draw an imaginary line, right? Keep that stick to your midline of your body, directly in the middle between your chest. Draw a line on the ice, okay, that's the direction and path that you want to go. Going into the next phase, transition phase, you're going to anticipate your movement, fast thinking, right? You want to be quick on your edges, you want to be explosive, you want to be powerful, right? Get going the opposite way. Activate your core, right? Be strong, twist your body a little bit, get your chest facing the opposite way that you want to go. The one thing you can do as well, right? Talk about twisting your torso. Okay, you can turn that in the direction that you want to go. So that's another internal cue that you can use, right? Turn your chest, turn your body in the direction you want to go. As well, right? You want to keep your elbows tight. So pull the magazine, pull a couple pieces of paper right here, right in between your elbows and your side, and that'll be good. Like we talked about, weight distribution going on that inside leg, right? So same thing, internal cue, mind muscle connection. Know that you want to turn to the right, you want to start going that opposite way. So that's where your weight distribution has to go. As far as your shoulders, talked about Rossi has an issue with dipping dipping that inside shoulder, right? Starting to dip your chest. Making sure he's keeping his shoulders parallel with the ice, right? So flat line here to the ice, which is flat, right? That's the basic cue for that. Exit phase, right? So here we have the hip extension, the outside leg, and make sure that you extend as far as you can. You push off using your toe. Some decreased knee bend in the previous phase. We want to be sure that we're not sitting too low, but we're not standing completely tall, right? So you have some knee bend, but not too much. Head and eyes are up. And some of the same stuff there. Last stride phase, right? At this point, hopefully you have a lot of speed. You're creating some space from the defenders, and you're making a nice hockey play. So some cues there, right? Have quick strides, be explosive. All right, big Superman logo on your chest, so your chest isn't dipped, right? You got a nice big chest, shoulders are kind of pushed back, right? Like your Superman. Simplest one, external, push the ice away, right? You want to be quick, you want to be explosive, right? The faster you can push that ice away, the more explosive, the faster you're going to be, right? That's a tight turn of hockey. Thanks for watching.